Ladies and gentlemen, the evictions are still going on strongly across the country, despite the CDC's moratorium. So, this came out on NPR September 27th, 2020. The problem is, a lot of people don't even know about the CDC moratorium. That is the video I went over where I also posted the form that you can take the court to halt your eviction until at least the 31st of December. A lot of people don't even know that that's even available. So they're getting evicted, and and I don't think they did a sufficient enough job in informing the public about the CDC's moratorium. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and play this audio for you from NPR.
When the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention issued a moratorium on evictions, it warned that rising homelessness could increase coronavirus infections. It's not an abstract worry. In cities like Houston and Phoenix, landlords have been filing hundreds of eviction notices per week. Bram Sable-Smith has been tracking the growing eviction crisis for Wisconsin Public Radio. He explains that COVID-19 is just one of the many health risks that come with losing your home.
Even before Robert Pettigrew learned he might get evicted, his doctor gave him some bad news.
She said, "Robert, I want to talk to you and your wife." She took us to another room and she said, "You have an invasive mass on your lung."
It was March. The doctor advised Pettigrew to leave his job staffing the front desk at a Motel 6 in Milwaukee. She even wrote him a doctor's note saying his lung condition put him at high risk of developing deadly complications from COVID-19.
Working at a motel is kind of hard to social distance. People are in your face all times.
Now, being out of work has put Pettigrew's housing in jeopardy. The housing he needs to social distance. The home, where he can rest and recover if doctors determine he needs lung surgery. In August, Pettigrew's landlord filed to evict him and his wife when they couldn't make rent. Complicating things further, Pettigrew's apartment has gotten fuller since his diagnosis. His daughter arrived in May from St. Louis after the daycare where she worked shut down. She brought her 3-year-old son with her.
This is my grandson. Say hi.
For millions of Americans like the Pettigrews, a home is a hard thing to hold on to right now. The CDC's Eviction Moratorium, announced earlier this month, explicitly tries to avoid housing instability. The idea is that family members should not be doubling up in housing or moving into homeless shelters right now. Emily Benford of Wake Forest University researches the link between housing and health.
These are all settings where you increase your contact with other people, and by virtue of that, you increase your risk of contracting COVID-19 and spreading that virus.
Benford says a growing body of research also links housing insecurity to other poor health outcomes: depression, delayed childhood development, and other respiratory diseases, to name a few. And the health problems can crop up even before families lose their home.
Overwhelming data demonstrates the link between the threat of eviction and anxiety and depression and stress.
Benford says the eviction moratorium is a good first step, but without additional funds for rental assistance, the order merely stalls America's eviction crisis rather than solve it. States have directed hundreds of millions of federal stimulus dollars into housing aid, but it's not enough. One estimate suggests Americans are over $21 billion behind in rent payments right now. Then there are the Americans who have already dealt with losing their homes, like Nicole McMillan. She was laid off in March from her job managing vacation rentals in Fort Myers, Florida. Soon after, she also lost her apartment where she lived with her 2 children.
I actually contacted a doctor because I thought, mentally, I can't handle this anymore. I don't know what I'm going to do or where I'm going to go. And maybe some medication can help me for a little bit, calm me down, help me focus.
But that doctor was not taking new patients. Her children are living with their fathers right now, while McMillan gets back on her feet.
I need a home for my kids again. It has ripped my whole life apart. I'm sorry. I just want my kids back. I want my life back. And I want some normalcy.
In Milwaukee, Robert Pettigrew started working odd jobs like mowing yards or cleaning cars, work that limits his exposure to the virus, but it only brings in enough money for food. Then in August, he had a job cleaning some store windows when he saw a sign taped inside, a paper sign offering rental assistance.
The good Lord put me where I needed to be.
A local nonprofit paid its landlord directly for rent through September. He's thankful for the help, but he doesn't want pity. Life, he says, just kicks you in the butt sometimes.
But I'm the type of person, I'm going to kick life ass back.
The CDC's moratorium could help someone like Patrick Cruz stay in their home through December, but it's not automatic. Renters have to submit a form to their landlords, and starting in January, they may still be on the hook for all the rent payments they missed, or face eviction again. For NPR News, I'm Bram Sablesmith in Wisconsin.
This story comes from NPR's partnership with WPR, Wisconsin Watch, and Kaiser Health News.
You know, America's a piece of shit. If you had a Senate and a Congress that would just sit there and do their jobs, all of this should not even be going on. People should not feel insecure from one day to the next. You know, they could have been, even if you couldn't get the whole stimulus bill push, you should have at least got these evictions taken care of. That's the least you could do. In the stimulus, they were giving a 1-year moratorium. They should have just done it. You know, they do everything ass backwards in this country for real. They really do. You can't count on these people for nothing. You would have to be a fool looking at the situation as it is today with coronavirus and all these evictions going on. You would have to be stupid to rely on these people. They are showing you right now how unreliable they are. Their system sucks. You know, they literally don't even have control over this ugly ass system they set up. Everything is out of control. For real. My heart goes out to the families that, you know, their lives are in limbo now and they have no security. And as for that woman that was crying, there is no normalcy coming back to America. What you consider normal. I never considered this place normal. It's the most abnormal situation ever that we've been in for 500 years. You're not getting this back. And some of y'all better accept it fast. There is no going back from this. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.